Hello students. So today through this video I will be discussing about the basic structure of a plant and animal cell. Okay, so cell, this is the structural and the functional unit of all organisms. And if we observe the cell structure, it mainly closed or enveloped by a structure that is called the cell membrane. Okay, that is called the cell membrane. But in case of plant cell, the left hand side here you can see this is indicating the plant cell, and right hand side is indicating the animal cell. So in case of animal cell, there is only one envelope, that is the cell surrounding, that is called the cell membrane or the plasma membrane. But in case of plant cell, the cell membrane part is present beneath the another outer thick layer, that is called the cell wall. So cell wall is present only for the plant cell and it is absent in the animal cell. Now beside this cell wall and cell membrane, inside they have the largest cell organelle, and it is called as nucleus. Nucleus, you can see the nucleus here in both of the parts. These are indicating the nucleus. So nucleus, this is the largest cell organelle. So nucleus, cell membrane, and in case of plant cell, another outer thick layer cell wall is present. Beside this, they have the another structure. They have the another part, and that is called the cytoplasm. It's called the cytoplasm. So these parts, these are here indicating the cytoplasmic portions, indicating the cytoplasmic portion of the plant cell. So in the same way, animal cell, they are also having the cytoplasmic part. So this is the cytoplasmic part. These are the cytoplasmic part. This is cytoplasmic portion. This is the cytoplasmic portion. So animal cell and plant cell, if you observe, they mainly contains the outer membranous structure, inner largest cell organelle called as nucleus, and the remaining part of the nucleus is known as cytoplasm. Now in this cytoplasm, there are different kind of cell organelles are present. But before that, you should know about the structure of the nucleus. Nucleus, if you observe, it has the outer membranous structure. This is the outer membranous part of the nucleus. This is the outer membranous part of the nucleus. You can see in plant cell as well as in the animal cell. The outer membranous part is known as the nucleus. Okay. Now, so I'm erasing this. Just wait. Okay. So nucleus. Now, inside the nucleus, they have the nucleolus, or nucleoli. These are present inside the nucleus. Okay, like the cytoplasm, inside the nucleus they are also having such kind of granular part, and we call them as nucleoplasm. We call them as nucleoplasm. Nucleoplasm. Okay, and in this part there are a very important part of the nucleus which is present here, that is called the chromatin fiber. The chromatin fibers are present here. The chromatin fibers, during the cell division time, these chromatin fibers condensed and form the thick structure. We call them as chromosome. So chromatin fibers are mainly present here with the chromatin fibers. So chromatin fibers are present inside the nucleus, and in this chromatin fiber DNA is mainly present, which is the main basic of the hereditary units. Okay, now in this cytoplasmic part, okay, another thing is that in case of eukaryotic cell, eukaryotic plant and eukaryotic animal cell, they have this nuclear membrane, the outer nuclear envelope, it is present there. But in case of in case of eukaryotic cell it is present, but in case of prokaryotic cell this outer nuclear membrane or nuclear envelope is absent. The outer nuclear envelope or nuclear membrane is absent for the prokaryotic cell. Prokaryotic means primitive nucleus, as they don't have the uh, nuclear membrane or the nuclear envelope. Okay, now if we observe the cytoplasmic portion, there are different kind of cell organelles are present. Those are performing different important function in the body, because through the cells we are actually controlling our body system, because cells are the main basic unit of the life. Now if we observe the cytoplasmic portion, in this cytoplasmic portion there are different kind of cell organelles are present. In the cytoplasmic part, if you observe, the small sized granules are present and we call them as ribosomes. So these are all ribosomes. These are ribosomes. These are ribosomes. So this is the smallest cell organelle present in the plant cell as well as in the animal cell. So ribosomes are present there. So these granules which I have drawn here earlier, these are indicating about the ribosome, that is the largest cell organelle. Now these ribosomes, what they are doing, they are helping in the formation process of protein through the process of translation. So ribosomes are the main site for the protein synthesis. So we call them as protein factory of the cell. We call them as protein factory of the cell. So this is indicating the ribosomes. Okay. Now next, another important part, if we observe, in case of plant and animal cell, they have both. There is the another structure. Just wait, I am using another color so that we can easily differentiate. They have another structure that is called as mitochondria. Okay, chondria. Okay, here also same way. They have the mitochondria. 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 It is double walled. They have double walled structure. It has a double walled layer. Okay, so double walled, and if you observe the inner wall thrown into folds, and we call them as cristae. So this folding of the inner wall is known as cristae, and they have their own DNA containing several genes. And these mitochondria, what they are doing, this is the main site of the this is the main site for the aerobic respiration, and through this aerobic respiration they form the energy. So we call the mitochondria as the powerhouse of the energy house, or the energy house of the cell, because they are helping in the formation of ATP, or the chemical energy. Okay, now this mitochondria, so this is the site for the aerobic respiration in case of plant cell as well as for the animal cell, and they are helping in the energy formation, and we call them as powerhouse or energy house of the cell. Okay, now another organelle, if you observe, uh, so if you observe the another cell organelle, like endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum is at the reticulum. Okay, these are the endoplasm. Now few part of this endoplasmic reticulum is smooth, and so it is rough. So it is of the attachment of the attachment nodes where ribosomes are attached with the endoplasm. We call that part of rough endoplasmic reticulum. Ribosomes are mainly attached over there. So that's why this particular portion of endoplasmic, where the ribosomes are not endoplasmic reticulum, we call them as smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So this endoplasmic reticulum, we call them as the cytoskeleton. Okay, so what is the meaning of the cytoskeleton actually here? So as they are mainly providing the main supportive framework of the cell, we call them as cytoskeleton. And not only this, they are also helping in the transportation as well as the synthesis as well as the transportation process of the protein and fats. So these are the endoplasmic reticulum, which is present for both animal cell as well as for the plant cell. So these are the endoplasmic reticulum. These are the endoplasmic reticulum part. Okay, so few parts are mainly attached with the ribosomes. So ribosomes are attached with the endoplasmic reticulum portion, and we call them as rough. And where it is not attached, we call them as smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Okay. Next, if you observe uh, another cell organelle, if you observe here, so I'm using another color for that. Okay. So another structure, if you observe, is the Golgi complex I have drawn here. Golgi complex. Golgi complex, these are stacks of flattened membrane sacs, and this Golgi complex, if you observe further the Golgi complex structure, it mainly consists of cisternae, vesicles, and the vacuoles. And what they are performing, the Golgi complex, they are actually helping in the synthesis process as well as the secretion process of the enzymes and the hormones. Not only this Golgi complex, they are also helping in the formation process of the acrosome of the sperm. Okay, and see this Golgi complex, where they performing this acrosome formation of the sperm, it is mainly for the animal cell and not for the plant cell. So Golgi complex, they are the common function for the plant and animal cell is that they are actually helping in the synthesis and the secretion process of the enzymes and the hormones. Now, if I draw the another cell organelle, okay, I am now drawing lysosome. Lysosome. This is the lysosome. Okay, lysosome. So this lysosome is the membranous sacs budded off from Golgi bodies. Okay, and it mainly contains different kind of enzymes, and it is helping in the intracellular digestion process, and it mainly helping in the destruction process of the old and injured cell. So when cell is old or injured, these rapidly destroy by these lysosomes, and hence we call them as suicidal bags. Okay, they also destroy foreign substances. Okay, next. Next, if we observe, in case of animal cell, I'm using another color here. In case of animal cell, they have the vacuole. Okay, vacuoles are there. But in case of in case of plant cell, they have the vacuole. And if you observe the vacuole, the vacuolar size is it's larger. Okay, so they have the large sized vacuoles. They have large sized vacuoles. These are vacuoles. But in case of animal cell, the vacuoles are present, but these are small sized. Vacuoles are there, but these are small sized. But in case of plant cells, large sized vacuoles are mainly present. And the vacuoles, if you observe, it is mainly covered by a structure that is called the tonoplast. Okay, so the vacuolar outer covering is called as the tonoplast. Okay, vacuoles, what they are doing, they are storing water and other food substances, pigments, or evenly the waste products they are also storing. Okay, they mainly provide turgidity to the plant cell against by pressing against cell wall. And as I already mentioned, it mainly contains different kind of pigments. One such pigment known as anthocyanin, which is violet blue color. Okay, so the petals and other parts of the flowers, when it is blue or violet color, it is mainly providing by the anthocyanin pigment, and that pigment is mainly present in the vacuolar portion. Okay, and in case of animal cell, the vacuole size is very small sized. Vacuoles are very small sized. Okay, next. uh, okay. So in case of plant cell, in case of plant cell, they have the plastid. They have the plastid. But for the animal cell, plastids are absent. Okay. So it is the cell organelle which is present only in the plant cell and not in the animal cell. There are three kinds of plastids are present in the plant cell: chloroplastid, chromoplastid, and leucoplastid. So chloroplastid, and we call them also as chloroplast, it mainly trap solar energy by their green pigment chlorophyll, and this way they are helping in the photosynthesis process. Chromoplastid, it impart color to flowers and fruits through yellow colored pigment xanthophyll and orange red colored pigment carotene. And by providing color to the floral parts, they are helping in the pollination process, mainly in the insect pollination or the cross pollination process. And another type of plastid is leucoplastid or leucoplast, which mainly helping in the storage process of starch. So this is about the plastid, which is present only in the plant cell and not in the animal cell. In case of animal cell, they have one structure which is totally absent in the plant cell, and that is called the centrosome. So here I am drawing the centrosome. Centrosome. So it is called the centrosome. So centrosome, a region surrounding the centrioles, and it is mainly located near the nucleus. It is located near the nucleus. So nucleus part is here. So it is located near the nucleus portion, because inside the nucleus there the chromosomes are present, and during the time of cell division of the animal, these centrosomes, they are helping in the initiation and the regulation process of the cell division, animal cell division. So centrosomes are there. So now this centrosome, it mainly contains two centrioles. Two centrioles are there inside the centrosome, and these centriole, if you observe, they are mainly surrounded by the radiating rays, and we call them as esters or astral rays. Ester or astral rays. Okay, so centrioles are surrounded by these radiating microtubules, and we call them as ester, and it is helping during the time of cell division. So the main function of the centrosome is that they are helping in the initiation and as well as the regulation process of the animal cell division. They form the spindle fiber with the help of their esters, and this kind of activity is mainly helpful during the time of animal cell division. Okay. Then granules. Now, if you observe the granules, okay, granules. So granules, these are small particles, crystals, or droplets. Okay, and in case of plant cell, that granules are mainly called as starch granules, and when it is present in the animal cell, then these granules, we call them as glycogen granules. Glycogen granules, because in case of animal cell, the sugar is mainly stored as a form of glycogen, and it is mainly storing inside the this granule part, and we call them as these glycogen granules. But in plant cell, we call them as starch granules. Okay, so these are the different parts of the plant cell and the animal cell. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. Hope this video will help you to understand the basic structure of the plant and the animal cell. So thank you for watching this video.